You start out, if you hit new to get a new show, you get a default cast. If you want to get different cast members, hit the cast menu choice. Let's say we want to have 8 flags. Let's say for now we'll take 4 sousaphones. We'll take 8 lower brass. Hit OK. Now you start out with a new cast. Always do that at the beginning. If you do that in the middle, you're going to lose your show. Here's how to select people. Drag a rectangle. You see tells you they're selected. The red rectangles around the people tell you they're selected. If they're selected, drag on any of those to drag the entire group. You drag one person, you just click on that person and drag them. If you want to select more than one person or more than one rectangle, you use the shift key. Works like this. So if you hold down the shift key, you can select more than one group of people. Otherwise, it unselects the one. So if you have these selected, you start another rectangle, these are not selected anymore. So for them to be selected, you have to use the shift key, like this. So I think it's clear how that works. So you can select some people, move that whole group over here, select these guys, move them over here. We're just grouping sets of people. By the way, you can move people with the arrow keys. Arrow key moves 1 pixel in any direction. If you hold shift down, it moves it 1 step, 22.5-inch step. Just something to know. If you select this whole group, you can move the whole group. There are many other arrow keys. The minus key brings everybody closer together. The plus key moves them farther apart. If you select these guys and hit L, it makes them in a perfectly straight line. You can read about all this on the help page. If you want to make an arc, select the people. Hit the parenthesis key for the arc. The more times you hit it, the deeper it gets. Same thing here. Hit the other parenthesis key for another, moving people in another direction. Let's move the sousaphones down here, and that can be our opening. We'll hit L to line them up perfectly, hit minus to make them closer together. Now this is our opening set. Now hit set. That set means you began. So to make another set, just start moving people. So you can take these guys, move them here. Take these guys, let's reverse their, you can do anything we want. We'll just reverse their arc, move them down a little bit. Take these guys, make them in an arc, move them down a little bit too. We can take these, let's make them, move them farther apart and move them downfield. Same thing with these on the other side. Farther apart and downfield. In other words, move everybody wherever you want to go. Make them a little farther apart there to make it even on both sides. Use the arrow keys to move them over. Now that's a set. Click set again. Now you got a show. Start, animate your show. So what just happened is we made an opening set, and we move some people and we hit set again, and now we have 2 sets. You have a beginning set and a second set. This is the timeline. Click on this to go to the set. So you click on that one to go to your first set, click there to go to your second set. If you hit the start menu option, it starts and it plays. If you want to make it faster, all these keys are in your help, but the keystroke is if you hit the right angle bracket, and the more times you hit it, the faster it becomes. So it's faster now. If you want to make it slower, hit the left angle bracket, and the more times you hit it, it will become slower until it can be very, very slow. Now it's very slow. If you hit the right angle bracket again, you can make it faster. The more times you hit it, the faster it becomes. That's how you control your animation speed. If you want to watch it in 3D, hit the 3D, and now you see a view of the field that's in 3D. You can't edit this in 3D. You can only watch it in 3D. So if you want to do editing and add more sets, you have to look at it like this. If you want to see it in 3D when you're playing it, hit the 3D view. This is only part of the field from 20 to 20. If you want to use the whole field, by the way, hit the zoom key. It takes you to a full field. If you start a show in full field, you have to continue editing the show in full field. You can't switch back and forth. And so you have to decide at the beginning if you want to use a full field show, that's the way you're going to have to remain throughout the show and display the show that way. And obviously the people are smaller in that mode, so it's a trade-off. You get to use the full field, but everybody looks a lot smaller. Or you can just use part of the field and everybody looks bigger. It's a little easier to see. So we have two sets. Start, animates through. You can only add sets to the end. So here's where we start having fun. I'll show you how to do follow the leader because it's really easy. Hit the FTL menu, that's for follow the leader. Start with your last person, click on their feet, click on everybody's feet, and I don't know, let's just say we'll make these people go over here and on a diagonal. That'll be double click to finish. The line tells you that's your path. Start another follow the leader. Hit the menu choice first, click on everybody, start with the last guy, the trailer, go through everybody, include ending with the leader. Now your path. We'll end these over here. Double click to finish. If it doesn't take, just double click again. It's no big deal. Now you have two follow the leaders. Now you can select all of these guys and do a rotation. Hit a rotate. There's your pivot point. You can move the pivot point anywhere. Let's make it right here. Hit your right angle bracket to rotate these guys. So this is going to be part of the set. Remember, we're still working on one set. We have two follow the leaders and one rotate. We just rotated these guys across a pivot point. Rotate again to finish. And these guys will just make a move. We'll just let's say we'll make these guys move over here and these guys move over here. Now we're done. That's everything we want to do in that set. Now hit set. Hit start again. Starts at the beginning. Here's the first set. The first now you see these guys rotating. See these men rotating. Follow the leaders that crossed each other, and then you had a float. Hopefully you're better at writing shows than I am. I'm terrible at writing shows. But you see the follow the leader going across, and these men moving. I made everybody cross, which isn't such a good idea. So let's start another set.